We are live with Lunch Break Live. I've got the fabulous Jerry in the house. What are you making today?
We're making some broccoli pesto penne.
Ooh, take it away.
The first thing we're going to do is make the pesto. So we're going to take a cup and a half of chopped broccoli, throw that in our food processor. I've got a Ninja, which I love. I've had it for years and I use it all the time.
Awesome.
And then I've got 3/4 of a cup of walnuts.
Ooh, did you soak those by chance? Or are they raw?
No, just raw walnuts.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm making this kind of like a normal pesto.
Okay, great.
Okay. I'm trying to fit everything in here. I got 3 cloves of garlic.
Ooh, who loves garlic out there along with us? Oh,
Never have too much garlic. And then 1/4 cup of, now this is grated Parmesan. This is Weil Life Parmesan. You could actually use any cheese. I've done it with just mozzarella shreds, but
yeah, so
we
want to stick with the plant-based cheeses, everybody. That's this is a cooking show all about how you can veganize your dishes. So this is a traditional dish. Very exciting to see how this vegan broccoli pesto penne is going to come together. Awesome. Take it away, Jerry. Now what you got?
And then I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. We can add more if we want it a little bit thinner. And then we're going to process all this.
Okay, now before you get started, I have something to ask you. If you're willing, when that blends up, we have a tradition called the blender dance. If you're willing, Jerry, I'll join with you. Okay. It's just a little movement, whatever you want to do. Some people get a little crazy, but it's up to you just because, during the blending sound. So,
okay. All right. Well, let me get this.
Welcome, everyone, to Lunch Break Live. We're so excited to have you here today. Yes. All right. We're just putting this together, y'all. That's right. That's right. Blender dance. All right, Jerry, take it away. You got this.
All right, I'm going to scrape the sides down a little bit. Add a little more oil.
If you're wondering about that blender dance, everybody, you can see it live on JaneUnchained.com on past shows, as well as on New Day New Chef, because that is one of the places that we designed it. Oh, wait, there's a little. Go ahead.
I know what to make too much noise while you're talking. Okay. Now we're going.
That's right. JaneUnchained.com. You can get more recipes there, see our shows. Also, New Day New Chef, which is on Amazon. You can check out those episodes as well. There's some new ones out. Very exciting. And we are here with Jerry, who's an actor and a graphic artist extraordinaire. Jerry, take it back. All yours.
There we go. All nice and blended. So now we're going to, I've got the water boiling, ready for the penne there. So I'm not going to put it in quite yet. So I'm just going to heat up this large pan. And I'm going to get some vegan butter. I really like Earth Balance. It's inexpensive. They make a soy-free version. I don't eat soy, so.
That's right. This is a full gluten-free recipe, y'all. That is the way Jerry cooks. And you got the Earth Balance there.
Yeah, about 6 tablespoons. And I'm just going to melt that in the pan.
Yes, and Tom and Tina and Betty Ann. And let's see who else is here today. Welcome. Betty Ann has a quick question. Betty Ann wants to know, is your oil-free what you can do? Oh, can you do your recipe oil-free? She's wondering. I guess she's...
oil-free, because I've never tried a completely oil-free. I mean, the pesto you can make just with water. I mean, you could leave out the oil and just use water, and that would be fine. In fact, I've done that before. I've never tried doing it without any kind of oil for cooking the sauce, but I think you could. I mean, I've never tried it, but yeah.
Well, you know what, Betty Ann? I'm going to ask Betty Ann. I'm going to throw it back in her court and say, Betty Ann, what do you do? Because I think she's SOS, salt-free, sugar-free, oil-free.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us, Betty Ann, what your kitchen hack would be instead of the oil, include you into the conversation. All right. Back to you. Jerry is melting the Earth Balance butter. Again, this is a gluten-free recipe, everybody. Delicious, veganized.
Yeah, and then we're going to take, we got one chopped onion here. We're going to throw that in with the melted butter. Saute that for a couple of minutes. I have to show these off. Last Christmas, a couple of friends of mine got a whole set of these Cooking with Jerry utensils. So one of my favorite gifts ever.
Are so cool, so cool, so cool. Yeah. All right, I do have to tell y'all, Jerry has just been cast on a Clubhouse special that's coming up, and it's going to be very exciting. So if you haven't gotten in there into Clubhouse, it's an audio only, but it's like the old time radio shows. But you get to participate as well. But this particular experience that you're going to be doing is fully like acting and so forth, right? And
yep, it's a radio drama, like the old-fashioned radio dramas.
Woohoo! And let me tell you, you've also acted in multiple things that we could IMDb you and find that out as well. And let me tell you this man is part of the vegan food fight on Fridays in Clubhouse as well. And he definitely
so much fun.
Stiff competition in there. That's great. Yeah, Betty Ann, you're not a troublemaker. Just let us know what you do. Yes, this is gluten-free. That is right. 100% gluten-free recipe here. So exciting. All right. So we're melting butter. We've got we've got the onions in there. Yeah.
Onions. Yeah, we're just gonna cook it for just a couple minutes, just to kind of get them a little translucent.
Yeah. So what was one of your favorite acting jobs you've done so far?
Oh, wow. Well, I've done a lot of theater, so I think probably my favorite things are the theater that I've done. It's kind of too many to pick a favorite, but the one that really sticks out was a courtroom drama where I played the prosecuting attorney, and the audience, it was in the round, and then random members of the audience were selected as jurors, and we didn't know who they were. So 5 people would be the jurors every night. And then at the end of the play, they would vote on the verdict, whether the defendant was guilty or not guilty, or whether it was like first-degree murder, second-degree murder, so on. So it was really fun. It really made us work to try to sway the audience on our side. That was a lot of fun.
You had to be very convincing.
Yeah. Well, I had people ask me, they're like, "Oh, so do you?" They like, people thought I was an actual lawyer that was just, I just play one on TV. So now we've got a red bell pepper chopped up.
Yes.
And we're gonna throw that in with the onions.
Love it.
Saute that for a couple more minutes.
Yes. So this project that you have coming up is very exciting. And you also, how can people find you? Where do they head to?
Well, probably the easiest place these days is my Instagram, which is jwipe33, JWIPE 33. I've got all my links in my link tree on my Instagram. So from there, you can find my YouTube channel, you can find my cooking website, you can find all my my IMDb, everything right through there. So that's the best way.
Yeah, that is so cool. Okay, you guys can head over there.
And you can DM me too if you want. What was that?
Oh, and DM you too. Okay, let me ask you, how do you get around veganizing and making things gluten-free with these recipes? Can you tell us a couple of tips if somebody out there is gluten-free and wants to know?
Sure. Well, I mean, I do my own flour blend. I mean, you can, if you want to just go the easy route, there's a lot of one-to-one flour blends that you can buy in the stores, like Bob's Red Mill. People, recommend highly. But I do my own flour blends. I usually use like 1/3 brown rice flour, 1/3 millet flour, 1/3 tapioca flour. That's my basic blend. And then I add xanthan gum, depending on what it is. If it needs that extra, gumminess to stick together, like for cakes, I'll do that, or for any kind of dough. For cookies, I don't bother with that. So that's my basic, flour substitution. But it depends. It varies recipe, and that's why I like doing my own flour blend, because I can change it up depending on the recipe.
All right. I love it. And Betty Ann says she uses water when it comes to a lot of her recipes and just adds more spices. Just a top.
Yeah, if you don't want to use the oil, you can just usually do it with water. Yeah, I've done that before.
It's good to know options here, which is what we like to provide. Our lunch break live, our daily show, 12:30 p.m. Pacific. Oh, you've got something going in.
Yeah, okay, so we're putting the pesto in now.
All right. Again, you can find Jerry at JWIPE33 on Instagram. And if you don't have an Instagram yet, I highly recommend it, because there's a lot of great content there. Great recipes, motivational, videos, all kinds of things. Really exciting. And we have our Jane Unchained News on Instagram as well. So what do we have here?
Then I'm going to add some vegan milk now. This is coconut milk beverage, which is different than coconut milk. It's sort of a watered down coconut milk. And I like that it doesn't have a lot of flavor. Like, it doesn't have like a vanilla or anything, kind of flavoring to it. But you can use any vegan milk that you want, but just don't get one of the vanilla ones for this.
Okay, don't get the vanilla flavor. Got it. That's really
so we're just going to add a cup of the milk.
Hey, Jerry, can you show us the box in the front of it? I want to see what that one looks like real quick. Just bring it real close. Oh, there we go. By Pacific. Okay, very cool. Good to know. Good to know.
I've gotten different brands. I'm not really particular about the brand.
And I want to tell you, Stacy says, hi, Jerry and Paige. We know her from Clubhouse.
Oh, hi, Stacy.
Right? Amazing. And then, Betty Ann Cornwell said she had a guest over this weekend who was gluten-free. And I would love to hear more about that, Betty Ann. Add in more in the chat there. All right, continue on. What do we have?
Okay, so now we're going to put the penne in the water. I got the water boiling here. And this is my favorite gluten-free pasta, Modern Table. I love them. It's a red lentil base. So we're going to take this whole box, 8-ounce box, throw it in the boiling water. And I'm going to cook that for 9 minutes.
Oh, Jerry, I wanted to see if we could back up to the pesto that you made. What did you put in there again?
I'm sorry, the pesto.
What you put in the blender. Can you tell us what you put in there again?
Oh, yeah. So that was broccoli, garlic, Violife Parmesan, and walnuts, and oil. Now,
did you cook the broccoli or is it raw?
No, the raw broccoli. Yeah, because that's why we're cooking this now. So we're going to cook it, with the whole sauce.
This is amazing. I think I could actually make this.
You could easily make this.
I love that you have confidence in me. Okay, all right, we're going to do this, everybody.
It is. It's one of my, easiest recipes, actually.
Yes. Any other questions you have, put them in the chat, everybody. It's so great to see you, Miguel, Betty Ann, Stacy, Tina, Tom. And yes, our regulars are in here as well. I'm so excited to have you. Please, by all means. Yes, garlic, and more garlic for sure.
Yeah, and we're going to add some salt and pepper, and this is just to taste. So, taste as you go along, add more if you want.
Yes, lots of pepper for me. I'll take it.
Himalayan pink salt.
Great.
Pepper.
Now, Tom wants to know, do you add any basil? Just curious.
No, that's the whole point. I think when I originally came up with this, I wanted some pesto, and I didn't have any basil. So I thought, well, what do I have that's green that I can use instead? So
That's great.
But
If you don't have it, this is a perfect recipe to make. Yep. Right here. Here you go.
yeah, and any nuts. I mean, that's why, like I use walnuts sometimes, but you can use pecans are great. Obviously pine nuts is the traditional pesto, but they're really expensive, and so I don't often have pine nuts.
Right. So affordability is key when you're making this dish on the go and you got yourself a budget, you're trying to work it in. So listen, Tom, no basil. So it was broccoli, garlic, vegan Parmesan, and the walnuts. Did I get that right? That were all blended up?
And oil, or like I said, or water if you don't want the oil.
Yep, there you go. And then that was what was blended. We did the blender dance. Yes, yes. That's right. Blender dance, blender dance. And now everything went into the pan. Have you added the pasta yet? That's still cooking, right?
Yeah, the pasta's boiling. And that's the last thing we need to, once we finish the pasta, we just throw it in, mix it up, and we're done. So.
Woo! And that's also got the red pepper in there, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, great. Well, people are joining here and there. They jump in when they can.
A little.
Ooh, yeah, that's looking creamy. I had no idea that you could skip the basil and use walnuts. I've never used walnuts before like this, so that's great. The walnuts have so many nutrients, everyone. So you definitely want to, we encourage you to kind of switch it up if you like. Go with some cashews, go with some almonds, go with some walnuts. Like you were saying, you can kind of bring in any of those flavor palettes.
Absolutely. Yes. And if you can't eat nuts, then you can use seeds. You could use sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds. Those are, great alternative.
Good to know.
You can't eat nuts.
All right, Stacy, here's our blender dance. She said she missed it. She wanted to see a little bit of, This dish is going to be ready. Oh, here we go. This dish is going to be ready in no time, y'all. Are you catching this? This is like one of the fastest recipes I've ever seen. Again, it's gluten-free. This is so exciting. Yes.
That's why I picked it. I need something I can cook up in a half an hour or so.
All right. So let me tell you something. Jerry can be found, like we said, on Instagram. We're going to put that back up here. He's an actor. He is also a graphic artist, and he is a chef. So woohoo.
Digital artist, not a graphic artist.
Excuse me. Digital artist. There we go. So what does that mean? Tell us a little about that.
Well, I do visual effects pretty much, and I'm mostly a 3D guy. Some people are 2D guys or women. So I do work on films, television shows, commercials, you name it. Lately, last few years, actually, I've been working for a friend who has a 3D projection mapping company. And what we do are live shows. So, of course, we haven't done a lot during the pandemic. And they're projected usually on buildings. So if you ever see these different events where they have, crowds can watch these shows and they're set to music and there's some kind of a projection on a building. And a lot of times we make the building look like it's transforming, or things are coming out of the building or going into the building.
Yes.
Or it's, blowing up, or, things like that.
Yes, I definitely know what you're talking about. I've seen some of that. I actually remember when I saw I think it's called the Bandaloo Group, and they were kind of coming off the side of the building in downtown Los Angeles. They were like with their aerials kind of, and then they had the graphics up there too. It was really amazing. The digital artistry was really cool.
It's really cool. When we haven't had a lot of opportunities to do that, but when you get to combine it with live performers, it's phenomenal. The favorite thing I've ever done, and it never got shown, it was for an MTV project, and there was some lawsuit and it never aired, but it was this extreme dance competition.
Ooh.
What was it called? Beyond Dance, it was called. And so we did this thing. It was this giant like stair step thing that they built, these white steps. And they would do this dance where they're like flipping up and down the stairs, and it was an amazing choreography. And so we projected on this stair step while they were dancing. It was unbelievable. It was so cool. But yeah, it never aired because of some lawsuit. So it's really disappointing.
Man. I want to remind everybody, you're going to be able to find this recipe on janeunchained.com, our website. We have, you can print it, you can share it on Twitter, Facebook, I believe Instagram. You can just go crazy with this recipe and all the others, and you can print them out so you can make them in your own kitchen, and you can replay this all from that story on janeunchained.com. I just have to tell you, it's very cool. We make it very simple for you so you can follow along with Jerry and make this dish in the future. Where are we at? Are we close?
We're very close now. We've got a minute and a half left on the pasta, and as soon as that's done, we're going to just drain and rinse the pasta and then add it into the sauce.
What was your vegan reason? What had you go vegan?
Well, so I started out gluten and dairy free first, and that was for various health reasons. And so I've been doing that for many, many years, like 13 years. And then when I started working on my second cookbook, which was a vegan book, I gave up eggs because I wasn't using them anymore in my cooking because I was working on the book. And then about 4 years ago, I had a health issue, and that was what finally pushed me over the top, and I gave up meat. So I've been completely vegan for the last 4 years.
Yes. Wow. For the health. Love it. Thank you for sharing that, Jerry. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Well, this is so exciting. We're getting close to the completion of this. Exciting. Oh, and Tina wants everyone to know that she watches the shows and then she makes the recipes. I love it, Tina. You're going to have to send
awesome. Well, I would love to hear how it goes if somebody else makes this. And this recipe is in my cookbook, although I changed it up just a little bit. I used a different cheese, and there we are. We're at our 9 minutes.
Hey, Jerry, what's the name of your cookbook?
Not Just Desserts. That's my vegan cookbook. It's available on Amazon. I also have a digital version on Etsy and Gumroad.
Okay.
You can also find it through my website. Okay, so we're just going to drain the penne. And then I'm just going to rinse it. It gets a little bit of a sort of film on there. Gluten-free pasta especially, it's better if you rinse it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. All right, so if you didn't catch that, it's called Not Just Desserts. I'm going to put that up here, right here. Hi, Christy. Christy's watching as well. So Not Just Desserts, it's his vegan cookbook, available on Amazon and as digital as well. So do you have a website, Jerry?
I do have a website. If you go to jerryweil.com/cooking with a capital C.
Okay.
That's my cooking website.
Love it. Jerry Weil.
So I'm just going to heat this all up again, just mixing the pasta in with the sauce.
Woo! Okay, this was such an easy recipe. I mean, it takes a little time, not much though. As you can see, it's about 20-minute recipe here. 5 steps, it looks like, maybe a couple extra, but you know, we got to say this is easy. Throw in the broccoli.
I'm just going to taste because.
Tell us.
Good. Yeah, I just want to make sure there's enough salt in there because that's the only thing. You got to make sure to have enough salt. It works for you.
Yeah.
Unless you're salt free, and then you can find other things to use.
That's right.
And so now we're going to serve it up.
Serving it up. Okay, I'm going to put your website here as well. And yeah. Wow, this has been a great show, everybody. We're so excited that you come and watch this. Those of you that are our regulars, those of you that are brand new, we do this show every day at 12:30 Pacific time, and we cook up a dish in 20 minutes. So here you go. Look at this, 20 to 30.
Okay, so now what I'm going to do, just to top it off, I'm going to put a little, get some room here. So this is the Weil Life Parmesan. I'm just going to grate a little Parmesan on top.
Nice.
I like to do that.
Yes. Awesome. What other recipes are your favorites to make? I'm just curious.
To make or to eat? I love. I mean, lasagna is probably my favorite. I mean,
Yeah.
I just love lasagna. And then I've got some chopped fresh parsley. Sprinkle some of that. Little garnish there. And
oh, Jerry. That's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Wow, everybody. Doesn't that look tasty?
Yeah.
Come on. Are you going to try it?
Oh, so good.
You want to try it with us? Why not? Well, again, I want to remind everybody to head on over to janeunchained.com. I don't know if you want to taste it. It's totally up to you, but we're going to head out. Yeah, he's going to probably find a fork, maybe a knife, or whatever. You can be sloppy. This is live TV. That's why it's so much fun. Live, whatever we are. We're not TV, but you know what we're doing here. All right, there we go. Right? Looks delicious. Stacy says yes. Yeah.
So good.
So good, so good. Okay, well, what are your parting words to our audience here, your audience, your fans here? They're like, come back. Will Jerry come back?
I would love to come back. I've got so many things I'd love to show you. My parting words are, you can do it yourself at home. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to cook in a healthy way. Certainly not hard to be plant-based.
Love it. Thank you. Can you show us the dish one more time as we go out? And yeah, Tina says more segments, please, for sure. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We're so appreciative, and we will catch you next time here on